When Jesus says that the path to life is narrow, most people misunderstand it as exclusive or restrictive, but it's not actually what you think it means. Let me explain. Jesus says, enter through the narrow gate, for wide is the gate and broad is the road that leads to destruction, and many enter through it. But small is the gate and narrow is the road that leads to life, and only a few find it. Jesus isn't talking about literal gates or roads, and it's a metaphor to his audience that they would recognize from Hebrew scripture, the way of life versus death. What does this actually mean? The wide gate is the easy path. It's outward righteousness that looks good on the surface, but hides inner corruption. So it's following the rules outwardly, but your heart is really somewhere else. And the narrow gate is genuine sacrificial love from the heart. It's definitely way harder because it requires more than just some outward obedience, but also an inward transformation and examination. So one example of this is not murdering. Not murdering someone is good, but Jesus goes one step further and says having any hatred or contempt in your heart against someone means that you're still on the wide path. The narrow path would actually mean loving that person, loving your enemies, desiring reconciliation, even if it costs you something. The narrow path is not about perfection. It's more about sincerity and really letting God transform not only your actions, but also your heart. And that's why fewer people choose it, because it requires sacrifice. And it requires loving people in like uncomfortable situations, uncomfortably like examining your heart and getting down to the root of like how you feel and how you feel about others. But Jesus says that this narrow path leads us to life, real, eternal, abundant life. So which path are you on? Are you checking the boxes externally while avoiding the harder work of the heart? Shout out to the Bible Project for the article on this passage that inspired this video.